Be doing a pretty quick hunting trip stream tonight. Been a busy day. I didn't get to stream early. Not feel like spending my entire hunting during the night, so we're going to go to morning time. Not enough. Go. I don't remember exactly what oh, I do remember what mission I was doing. Yeah, I have to. Ooh, they killed my mission just because I didn't finish it before I quit. All right, whatever. So where do I want to go though? That better not be a mountain. Let's go that way. Think that I'd like to think at least that I have a better a better idea of where to land my shots now. Animals. See how many I can kill tonight. I probably am only going to stream for about an hour. So we've only been at this for a minute. So we'll see how many animals I can land, how many kills I can land in an hour. Assuming I ever see anything. This is the Yukon map. And when I opened up the game to continue this playing on this map, it popped up with an advertisement asking me to buy a Yukon map. I think they'd have something in place to at the very least to tell if you've bought it or not. Can't buy it a second time. Quite a distance away. And I'm walking with the wind messing me up. I'm wondering if I should head another direction. Maybe go up this way and fast travel here. Plus I wasn't seeing any animals. We know what we want to actually get a start on things. Look, and not only getting called for the moose. Not only is the wind in my favor when I head that direction, but we already have a call of the moose, so this is a much better place. I mean, I can actually find this moose that wants some action. Not gonna get the kind of action he wants, but okay. Do I have a call for moose? Can't remember. Let's see. No. Oh yeah, I think I checked this yesterday when I streamed. I have nothing for the moose. It's so odd. I don't know if they don't have one or if I just haven't unlocked it yet. The moose seems to be pretty easy to kill. And they're pretty big targets, so they're pretty easy to spot. maybe there's no need for the lure. Majestic attracts to learn about animal movements. Why are they telling me this? In addition to advertising a DLC I already own, it's now telling me you can use tracks to track animals. I mean, I've played enough hours into this game that to totally understand, I know that one. I don't know if we're gonna see that moose. I think that should have ignored it, because when it did its little mating call, tell from the symbol that it was off too far in the distance to be worth trying to track down in that direction. So I'm gonna start heading this way again. I don't pay enough attention to on the bottom right there. Hopefully my follow things aren't blocking it too much. You have my my stamina, my heart rate, you know, not necessarily stamina, but heart rate. You have the visibility and then the sound indicator. I pay attention to sound all the time. I pay attention to the heart rate when I'm about to make a shot, because if you're breathing too heavily, it's hard to calm yourself enough to aim correctly. Yeah, that's the same moose. He's way far away. But the one thing I haven't paid enough attention to is the visibility indicator. In all honesty, I'm not sure I knew that was there. I mean, I think I paid attention to it the first day, but then I promptly forgot its existence. See, so now I'm not visible. That's why it's just a flat line. And I guess I'm half visible. Maybe it means I'm visible only from one direction when it's like that. Little half circle. And then when I'm visible from all directions, it's like a fuller oval kind of diamond shape. Right, we're just gonna get up until something calls at me or I see tracks. Approaching. It's gonna be one of those building supply things. Would have streamed earlier, but I had some chores to do. I've been experiencing quite a bit of back pain today also, and allergies are still messing with me, and so it was a lot easier for me just to be a viewer rather than a streamer throughout the day. So I was just hanging out in a friend's stream, being supportive and so on.
We won't let the beetles get a foothold in our reserve.
I guess every map has like a main fear. Like I think Savannah, they really focus on poaching, I think. And here in Yukon, it's the invasive species of beetles and pesticides being sprayed that they're concerned about. I don't remember what the deal was in Lake Layton or the Central European map. Then again, I haven't really gotten far into the stories on any of the maps. It's a lot like here. is I have no active mission. It like deleted my active mission. And yet I mean, unless they give me one suddenly, which they may at some point soon, but at the moment there's no way for me to do a story mission. So we'll see what happens. I think maybe the last time I played I was in this area and that's where it gave me the next mission, so maybe if I was hanging around there I'd get it quicker. But I'm not all too worried about it. It's going to be a short stream tonight. I just want to shoot some things and make some progress on exploration and getting the lookout towers and outposts and stuff. Haven't seen much though. Other than that moose calling, there's been nothing else. Not even a single track. Also, maybe it's because I'm on this man-made road. There's probably not many animals around this. But it allows me to walk on it without making a sound while standing, so good. But also I haven't seen any need locations on this map yet. Not a single one. I mean, I've explored, well, this area right here. This little square, but I haven't come across, as you can see, a single one. Well, if any of those would count as one, but I haven't seen a sleep area, eat area, water. I've been to water locations and stuff too. I mean, I was at a lot of water locations. I started off near one, and then I passed all these, you know, and not a single spot. Whereas the other maps I've played had a lot of luck with that. But I am liking the map design. Like, I love it's beautiful. Alaska's a beautiful place. The follow overlay in the bottom right. Today's the first day I've tried that. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or not. I like the way it looks. I went for like a purplish shadow, neon purple, kind of like a Twitch color. I just worry sometimes that it's blocking things, like in certain games. Like, I don't think it's blocking so much here. It's touching a little bit on the game's icons and stuff, but it's not overly blocking anything. But I usually prefer to keep the entire screen real estate clear so you can see the game completely. Though I realize that usually people might come for the game, but you want them to stay for the streamer. And I'm not using a face cam or anything, so it's hard to convey my personality. And if I'm playing a different type of game, I might be joking a lot more outgoing. Ooh, tracks for the first time. Tracks. Probably one animal made all of these. Moose. Yep, moose tracks headed off that way. I need to go that way. How long ago was this? Let's see. If he's still nearby, we'll take him out. But if he's if we find droppings or something that's very old, we'll continue heading on. Of course, I'm making noise. Way over there. And sometimes I'm following an animal and they just don't leave anything behind for so long, so I can't tell if this is recent or not. Very old, see? Long gone. If I followed the tracks for another 10-15 minutes, I'd probably come across them. Am I running this without making noise? Nah. Make a little bit of noise though. Pretty bright. This might be the brightest I've seen it. Maybe I'm used to having more of a canopy of cover above me. It's a bit of a clearing because of the road. Oh, getting closer. Lookout tower. Maybe up that way we'll find more tracks. Oh, look, a need spot. First. Oh, crap. For its heart. I did not expect to see that. Flesh wound. Man. I just got done saying that I have a better handle on where to shoot things. Let me guess, very low. Yep. I had looked up information about the game. So I felt like I was underperforming. And I still have one of the starter. I literally still have the starter rifle and stuff, but I was curious if I was doing anything wrong because the game hadn't really, it doesn't have any kind of tutorial on that that I saw. And you know, people, this game has a very large fan base and a great community. And one of the things that I read, no, is that moose, you go for the heart. Like some animals, you don't. Many animals, like the deer, you go for the spine. Coyote, you try to shoot it through the throat. But moose, you go for the heart. If I remember correctly, I might be remembering wrong. I shot that thing, and of course I did not. Well, I got the heart the second time. See, that's the problem, is I missed the first time, I guess. I was about to complain that I shot him in the heart and he didn't go down, but I guess I missed. Look how close that was, though, this first shot. Wait. Let me get the correct angle. Man. Yeah, I missed that. He was in front of me and I shot down the center. I shouldn't have been coming in from an angle. Maybe he turned at the last second. I just didn't notice. Yeah, well. But that's one kill. Only took me 15 minutes to get that one. Where is my waypoint? Alright. I did not expect to just come upon a moose like that. I wasn't really being quiet, but you could tell we both spooked each other. I don't think I'm exactly in an area with a lot of animals. Maybe if when I get by the lakes over there or something. That's the problem with the mountains and stuff. They're beautiful to look at, but as you get up on them, not only are they harder to traverse because of the incline and stuff, but also you see less and less animals. And ordinarily I'd be hovering around the lakes and stuff and not even going this way. But I really want to explore, and I want to get the lookout towers and outposts. So that in the future, basically that's what I'm doing is I'm investing in the future. I'll be able to fast travel more about, have more helpful markers on my map for things I discover along the way, like that need area. By the way, we're... Yep, moose, 5 to 9:30. Yep, we were there. We got him. What was those other ones? That's the tracks I saw. Shame there was only one moose there, though. But yeah, I had played 2 different maps. None of them for really long, but I had come up with an idea of what was a good good regions to aim for each animal. And looking it up, I was trying to confirm, am I doing this right? And I, for the most part, was. You know, knowledge-wise, it was the only thing I learned that was new that I hadn't already figured out on my own was shooting coyotes through the neck. I had killed a few coyotes prior to reading that, and none of those times had I aimed for the neck, but that's news to me. But all the rest, aiming for the spine on a deer, I had figured out on my own, because basically anytime I shoot an animal and it goes down in one hit, when I go to retrieve my trophy, that's when I look at where it was shot and I'm like, oh wow, that was a one-hit kill, I need to aim there from now on. You know, I try to pay attention to where I'm actually aiming with my scope. And so I had figured out a lot of good spots. I just haven't got real good on recreating my successful shots. Like, I think I'm aiming for the spine, exactly how I killed the last one in one hit. But then when I fire, nope, didn't work. And then you saw, like you did with that moose, where it's a slight angle, so it didn't go to the heart, you know? Although to me, it didn't appear to be an angle. To me, it seemed like I was aiming right down on his chest from straight ahead. Runs up this thing. There's usually no animals around the towers and stuff, so I'm not going to scare anything. Plus, I'm not walking slowly up all these flights of stairs. This is basically what I call the Ubisoft effect, because they did it with all their games. With the Far Cry games, Assassin's Creed games, you go up a tower, you climb some sort of view point, and it unlocks... It usually has a little camera twirling like this, and it unlocks a bunch of stuff on your map. And it's kind of a gameplay loop like that. Gain a level. I got a skill point. Let's see. Where do I want to put it in? Still can't put it in. Oh, I can do soft feet now. Woo! That's awesome. That's what I'm doing, of course. But I just want to see what this is. Soft feet. So great. That's what I was hoping to get. I was aiming for that this whole time. Alright. Less noise is better. Yeah, sure, we'll head that way. No, it's completely away from the water. Still keeps me out of the wind though. What we want. A little bit of light sprinting. Just until I get out of the range of the tower. I've actually shot a fox and killed a fox from a tower. So I guess there are sometimes animals around them. I just don't see them very often. Yeah, I can see the soft feet working. As long as I stay out of the bushes and trees, I don't make noise while walking. Or to accomplish this, I had to crouch the whole time. But this is so much better. I'm gonna be moving so much faster now. And if I get one more point, one more level, well, probably not my next level won't give me a skill point. But the very next time I get a skill point, I'll be able to put the second point into soft feet, and then I'll be able to walk everywhere like this. So much quicker getting from place to place, where I don't have to crouch. Even crouch sprint, you know? Like this is a big bush, so if I go in it, yep, see I made a little bit of sound. Still making sound now because I'm on the, I'm among the trees and their growth. So right here I would probably have to crouch if I want to make no noise. I gotta stay away from all these brown leaf plants. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Yep, it's the brown leaf plants. Stay off of those, I make no noise. But that's kind of easier said than done. Look at this. Everything around me. I'm walking right through trees. That's alright though. If there's an animal around, it'll hear me. But it'll send out a warning cry and I'll know where it's at. Feel like they need to have their maps be a bit more populated. I mean, I fully understand the logic behind animals going to be near, you know, water, bodies of water and stuff, but the fact that I can travel from one end of the map to another and only see one trail or none is crazy to me. Like, I don't think it would be this empty, regardless of where I am on the map. Because if 90% of the animals are around the water sources, then all this is space that doesn't matter. That just lowers the value of the map to me. It's not like the animals have a 9-to-5 job. I mean, they can settle down in the woods here and each day walk to the water if they need to. They don't have a busy schedule. They can accomplish it. There's that one map, that Central Europe map. And it may have been just a fluke, but that whole time I played that map, I was just encountering animal after animal after animal, and it was almost too many, you know? It probably made it seem that way because I managed to take out a whole herd, and that took time, so there wasn't a lot of downtime. But that's the one map that I've had that experience with so far, whereas the rest of them have been a lot of aimlessly walking and not seeing anything. And I've looked that up too online. And people are always like, well, duh, you're going to stay by the water. You know, not in response to me. They're saying this to other people. I'm just reading past posts and stuff. They're like, yeah, you're going to want to stay by the water. But like I told you before, if the only places that are promising are near water sources, then there's almost no point of exploration. And I also don't feel like that's realistic. I mean, animals wouldn't have qualms about being a mile from water, you know? I'm not saying they're going to be so secluded that they're 50 miles away from the nearest water source. No, no, no. But a mile out in the woods, yeah, that's doable. That's realistic to me. So I should be seeing tracks and stuff throughout. I shouldn't be able to walk. Let's see, it's been another 15 minutes since the last time I came across track. And I'm moving rather quickly. I'm not sprinting, but I'm also not crouched. So I've crossed a lot of area over 15 minutes and haven't seen one single track. The whole area is probably gonna make a lot of noise too. It's all bushes and stuff, huh? Or is it just grass? Looks like grass, so maybe it's not noise. This bush probably would make noise though. No? Huh. I have a hard time figuring out what's a bush and what's not. Like this to me looks kind of like, I guess like that's not much of a bush, but it looks like it's kind of one. Something like that. But nope, not bushes. As far as the game counts, it's not a bush. They would probably count that as a bush, but that looks more like a tree to me. Like a young tree, you know? But I'm sure the game says that's a bush. But like these are young trees. Sprint. I'm willing to make a little bit of noise. I can sprint on this trail. This is about as much noise as I'd make if I was walking prior to that skill point. This is a poor way to travel since you alert everything in your presence. But you know, to be fair, I wasn't coming across anything anyway. And we're in Lumbershore. Surely all the animals are in Lumbershore. It's gonna see them everywhere, right? Oop, there's a track. That's a good sign, unless it's very old. Let's see what's going on. Leave me some drop-ins to check. See how long you've been gone. And of course the wind's blowing my scent right at them. Like as dead center as possible. Come on, Moose, leave me something, please. Now, don't be very old. Fresh. Awesome. Well, I probably don't have to crouch, right? Well, he's gonna smell me anyway. Very fresh is about as good as I could hope for. The only thing better, I think, is just now. So this moose is probably a couple minutes away. That's not too bad, though. But I think I'm gonna hit a warning call, though, because I think he's gonna smell me. Go, keep going left. That way we get out of the wind. Maybe we'll accidentally sneak up on this one too. Fresh still. I think the moose was trotting. Probably my my walk is a little slower than their trot, would be my guess. So unless the ooh, there we go. No, that's a bear. I'll take that. Anything that attracts bears. Smells me too. Plus he probably took off running the moment he warned me. Like a bear though. Now the grizzly's gonna charge me even after I shoot it. I've been mauled by a few bears in my time. Left. I should really. How are you still hearing me? I'm making no noise. You shouldn't be able to smell me because you're this way. I'm gonna shoot you just for breaking the rules. Don't you know you can't hear me? Where you at? Oh. Fucking tree. My heartbeat to be under control for a moment. Maybe I can get a little closer, but it's sitting, so this is probably the best I'm gonna get at the moment. Oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Missed me. The bears are, bears, you're supposed to aim for the head. Brain. Which I did. Fairly sure I got it right in the head. But it is still running around with very low bleed rate. So I don't think that worked out. I could have shot it a second time. But I'm trying to raise my rifle score right now. Rifle score is highly dependent on integrity. So the more shots I get off on the animal, the less integrity. I want wanted to just keep it with the one shot. We may have to track it for a little while. Running. No, he's trotting. I didn't get to see if it was a vital hit or not, but the game's usually not honest about that anyway. They'll say flesh wound and then I'll find it dead. Really don't want to have to shoot it again. If it's gonna die on its own. Oh shit. Woohoo. Man, he's pissed off. Look at that. MLG dodging skills. We just played Ring Around the Rosie. I didn't even get hit. Well. He's pretty pissed off about getting shot in the head, I'll tell you that. Is this the same bear? I don't see any more blood spots. That was some pretty good dodging, if I do say so myself. Could that be a different bear? Do I have to shoot it in the head again? If I had known that was a different one, I would have shot it. I don't know if I want to go back and follow the other trail, or do I want to try to take on this bear? It could be it's the same one and it just wasn't a vital shot before. And so now it's healed up. Man, I shot it right in the head though. I'd like to see, really like to see when I harvest it, where my shot landed. In comparison to my expectations. Man, it's running all around. I don't know if it's worth to keep tracking it. I mean, it's totally worth to continue tracking it like this if it's the same one I shot earlier. But if it's a new one, it's probably not worth going this far out of my way. I should probably head back to the other one. But at the very least, where am I on this map? At the very least, I need to be putting waypoint down or something to give me an idea where the last blood I saw was. I guess we'll follow this one for a short time. Why is he going back this way? Is she going back? Turned around though because came from that way. Go over here somewhere? No, she didn't go back up. See, that one leads here. Go over here and see if I see anything. Maybe she started walking on air for a while. Look at that. Oh, that's that trees. Nope, that's a bunch of moose. Which would be awesome if I wasn't tracking 1 to 2 bears already. Where's that at? Yeah, water source. Makes sense. I'm not going to try to land a shot on him right now. Man, where did that bear go? Like this direction over here. just vanish. So bizarre. Oddity. It comes from up there, gets to this tree, goes this way, okay? Gets here, turns around that way. No more tracks, unless those are two sets of opposing tracks right there. Let's find out. There's nothing down there, there's nothing that way, and there's nothing that way as far as bear tracks. This is the one going that way. Is this over here going back that way? Yep. So if that's the case, the bear turned around over there and headed back, and I somehow, when I was following its trail, I must have passed the bear. Moose are looking better over there. Something. What's this way now? Maybe that's why I didn't pass it. Maybe it turned here and went that way, and I kept going that way, following its trail. That would mean the bear's this way. If it's even the same damn bear I shot earlier. Should have said fuck integrity and shot it when it was running circles around me. Just now. That's the best I could hope for. It means it's right here. Not making any noise. Should be coming right up on it soon. If it's not dead, I am going to shoot it in its head again. But I didn't get a warning call. So either the bear's further out than the game wants to admit, or it didn't hear me somehow. Visuals. Crossing other tracks now. Going into territory where I make a lot of noise, aren't I? Or something. Yeah, it's that grizzly right there. I see him. I can get a shot. Too many fucking trees. Oh. That should have that was in the head. Like we're playing a game of dodging again soon. Should just shoot it a second time. We've been following this trail a long time. I shot him right in the head. Nothing. Flesh wound. Why you can't trust what you read. From like 4 or 5 independent sources. All when you see a bear, the best place to aim is the head. You can do this with even a 270 or 243 rifle. I'm using 270. Shot him in the head. Did it work? Nope. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna die eventually, but if this is the same bear from earlier, that means it's been shot in the head twice. And it's possible I missed the head, but it didn't look like it from my end. Not only is it flesh wound, but it's very low bleed rate. Yep, there it is, if that's it. Fairly certain. No, I got it that time. Oh no, holy crap. I'll reload. I need to stop reloading. Yeah, now you're dead. I could tell by how crippled you were. I say I need to stop reloading after one bullet, and then I just did it again. This thing is shot 3 times. We know it's the same as the first bear ever for this map that I shot. Or first bear I've shot in this session playthrough. 3 times? Yep. It's the same as the bear. Skull. Skull, jaw, brain. So the first 2 shots did hit the skull but didn't get through or something. How does that even work? So the last one got the brain. What's the difference? Look at it. Look at where it enters. It enters just the top of the skull. That's on the ear, basically. And this is also kind of top of the skull. Maybe center top. Left top. I got the integrity bonus, even though I shot it 3 times. But I'll be damned if that wasn't, like, super hard to do. I shot it in the skull 3 times, and only 1 time did it get the brain. I think maybe shooting it in the head, at least with these early rifles, just isn't worth it, regardless of what anyone thinks. That's part of the reason why I enjoy reading things, because then I can put it into action myself and see how it comes out. I've noticed, even though this game has a wonderful community, I've noticed that one of the things I see repetitively is when people give advice, gameplay advice, they're very often given gameplay advice from their current perspective. You know, like they'll tell people, all you gotta do is shoot it once through this organ, blah blah blah. You can do that in 1 shot. And they're talking about it from the point of view of someone using, you know, a 7mm or a 338. They're not even bothering to think, oh, well, you can't quite hit that with a 270. Or at the very least, when you're beginning in the game, you're using soft tip bullets, you're certainly not going to penetrate that far. But they're talking as if they do. And maybe they are, just maybe they can. And maybe it's my poor marksmanship. But if you're talking to a beginner game, they're also going to have poor marksmanship, most likely. So that advice doesn't really work well. Or they'll tell people, you know, you shouldn't have a problem circling around an enemy and sneaking up on it. When I've noticed in this game that prior to having that soft feet skill, you can be making no noise, be out of the wind, and still they'll detect you before, and they'll startle and run before you can get close enough to get real close, you know? Sometimes I think that early on, you might as well just take any shots you can get and just track for a while. I got 2 kills in 50 minutes. 1 moose and 1 bear. I'm gonna hit up this outpost, and then maybe I got about 10 minutes or so I'll probably stream for. Maybe a little longer, depending on whether or not I shoot something. But I'll head towards the water a little bit where I saw those moose before. After this outpost. I'd really like to play this game with people. I think that'd be fun, tracking things together. I like that they made it multiplayer. I like that even though I only get 2 shots or 2 kills and stuff, you still make progress. You know, every time I play, I feel like I'm making decent progress. And the game is a grind. Without a doubt, the game is a grind. But, it's a pleasant grind, you know? Nah. Now heading down to the water, the moose are gonna smell me. What is that? It's a train track? Wonder if you hit an invisible wall. It's probably that mountain. You could probably run and follow it all the way to the mountain, but then it's too steep to go anywhere until you end up having to come back. Whole map must be surrounded by mountains. That's what it looks like, yeah. That's it. That's the map boundary, probably. Yeah, this is the absolute worst direction. Oh, it was over here too. It's the absolute worst direction to be going if I want to sneak up on something. I'm gonna get a sight of the water. If I don't see anything once I catch a glimpse of the water, then I'll probably end it here because my back is hurting a whole lot right now, and it's hard to sit. Lower back pain. It's usually better to walk around a bit and stuff. It's hard to do when streaming. I guess I can get one of those standing desk. I feel like standing for long periods of time. I get too restless. I need to be moving. I need to either be sitting still or moving. There's no middle ground for me. Of course, since I shot the bear in this region, probably all the animals are scared away. I'm gonna sprint a bit. If I stay off the grass, I'm not making too much noise. Just a little. I gotta stop sprinting because I'm all on the grass. Tracks are these? Ah, that's the bear's right there. No, that's not the bear. That must be moose, probably. No, this is a bear right here. Huh. This will be the moose. Most likely the moose I saw earlier. All headed to the water. Remember correctly, moose are ones you go for the heart. I think I said that earlier. But I missed the heart last time. Water's this way. Well, and I bet they walked down that way and they probably hooked a right. Went for the water. That's where I saw them, unless it's a different moose. Ooh, where's that? Caribou. I don't know where to shoot a caribou. Probably try to go with the spine. Those tracks were for a moose, though. I don't see any caribou tracks. But that warning call was rather close. I don't know what's better, to head after caribou or head over to the water for the moose. Or maybe that was caribou I saw at the water. I don't know. I wonder how it heard me enough to do a warning. I don't think I was making much noise. Moose, right? So this isn't even the right track. A lot of stuff going on in this direction now. Caribou? Nope, that is a bear. Like everything's in this direction. Oop, 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 oop. Ooh, too high. Slightly too high. Ah, missed it. See you over there. Yeah, that wasn't a spawn shot. That was probably a flesh wound. But in that case, it was certainly my fault. Is that the blood spot right there? Blood right here. I must have shot it further down. I know it went that way, but... yeah. Like to see the blood splatter if possible. I'm not going all the way down the mountain. See, I'm not making enough of noise for him to detect me, but I guess caribou have extra sensitive hearing. That was some noise, though. Let's see if I see some blood splatters this way. I know he's somewhere down this way. Blood. No blood. I did say that I aimed a little high, but I know I didn't miss it entirely the first time. I can buy that I missed it the second time, but I didn't miss it the first time, but I'm not seeing any blood. I do not believe for a second that I missed it that first time. I think I just got a flesh wound. But hey, I want to find a reason to blame the game, because I feel like I've been shooting the same way this time around that I've done always, and usually I may not get exactly where I want, but I do get flesh wounds at the very least. But today, I feel like it's been off the mark. Like, I even aim exactly how I always aim, but then when I check them out, it's not where I thought I aimed, or where so with some shooters, yeah, you know, it's the wind or something moving the bullet. Like, your aim, like where your crosshairs land, are precise, but then, you know, the bullet moves a little bit because of a gust or something. I'm not really sure if this game has that. I know it has wind as an element when you are trying to sneak, but I don't know for firing weapons whether or not. I think there's a skill or perk that allows you to see wind direction when you're firing, so I'm guessing there is a wind mechanic, but for actually firing your weapon. But I don't know, without having that perk or skill, I wouldn't be able to guess, you know, how it's gonna affect the bullet. And it could be that this is a different caribou than the one I shot. Very, very possible. A lot of different tracks. He's trotting too. And I'm really not making too much noise. Well, I'm really not making any noise, but the bear. Honestly, since I see no blood for the caribou, I might as well take this bear. That is right in the head. But remember, I shot him, the other one's in the skull, and it did nothing. But this one didn't charge at me, so it's possible it went down. Nope, I don't see any body. Flesh wound. Come on, really? Well, screw. We're gonna ignore that caribou. Very low flesh wound, yep. I'm just gonna shoot him again when I see him. We're gonna see, and of course the wind's blowing. He went directly downwind of me. They always run downwind. But we're gonna see that I hit the skull but not the brain. I actually aimed for his eye. A little below the eye. Possibly, but I don't know how that didn't go into the brain. I'm not using soft tip either. Yeah, why don't you run at me then? You that pissed off? Come here. Come on. Have a talk, you and I. Come on. See this? That's what we call a brain shot. Ah! Shit. He stopped for a moment. Probably take a shit. He had to run back the same trail that I saw him last. Assuming that's the same one. Been shot in the head twice, just like the last bear I fought. I had to come down the exact same path, so now I'm going to be confused about which direction. Well, the last one came from that way, huh? So he's probably off this way. Still very low. He's been shot in the head twice. Very low bleeding. It's funny because after I made this mistake before and trusting that the headshot would be enough, I said, oh, next time I'll just aim for the heart or something. So what do I do when I see a bear again? I make the same mistake. Shoot him in the head again. This time twice, and still no good. It's probably a viable strategy. I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to get a good feel on exactly where in the head to shoot. Come on. Come maul me again. Come teach me a lesson. You gotta teach me not to shoot you. Otherwise, I'm gonna shoot you. Alright, so that's between 3 and 4 shots on this bear. He's far away, so I'm sprinting. I'm really not worried about anything else being scared. I've just fired shots in the air after all. Is that a different bear? Is this a different bear than the last one I shot? It's quite possible. Because it said flesh wound as if that was a first impact. I have to go look back. If this one doesn't have 3 or 4 shots, if he just has 2, it's a new bear. But if it has 3 or 4, it's the old bear. But if it has less than 3 shots, I'm gonna have to go back and look for the other bear. Running, geez, still running. This is the original bear, and it has 3 or 4 shots and a very low bleed rate. I don't know what to think. Took a turn. Really need to look left and right more. That way if I could see the trail cut off in a direction like this time, I could have cut it off better. Not had to walk the whole circle. See, right here I should have seen these two and known that I had to double back. Waste of time. Running the whole time, no trotting now. Hope this is the same bear I shot initially. It's gonna be trouble trying to find the original then if this isn't. I know. Yet if I get a glimpse of this bear, I'm gonna shoot it again. But regardless, gonna have quite a few bullets in it. Called from over this way, but I only see the tracks going this way. Very confused, but it could be I'm having a chain reaction, a bear chain reaction, where each of my bear shots leads me to a new bear. How am I not seeing blood? That is crazy. Even if this is another bear than the first one I shot, I've still hit this one twice. And it's not bleeding anymore. It recovered from 2 shots. Two shots to the skull, no less. Yep, no more blood. It's been a strange night in this game. Still, no, now it's running again. Of course now, yeah, come on. I hope you're close by. I'm not even worried about getting mauled. I just want to finish you off. Where you at? Come on. Of course it has to be slightly downhill so I can't see it. All these warning calls. Fuck you. So that should be 3 shots or like 5, depending on which bear it was. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be... It doesn't show... Look at that. Right in the head, 31%. Head a second time, 33%. Flesh. Now that one, fine. It was running. Right now I got it in the lung. I just can't believe that so many headshots do nothing. And I know headshots in the game aren't recommended. That normally you want to go for spine or lung, heart. But I've read all over the place that bears benefit from being shot in the brain. That's what you want to do when you see a bear. You want to shoot it in the brain. Cannot believe that anymore. And it's odd that this bear took me on a huge trek. I think I shot originally like right here. He took me on a huge trek this way and then headed back towards the original location. So if that was not the bear I initially shot, then I should be coming across the other bear's tracks at some point soon. But I honestly think that's the same bear. Because I'm pretty sure I shot that bear 3 times. And yet it had 4 shots, which means it's probably the one from earlier. Now we're headed on to, this is the caribou again. Before I even came across that bear, I was trying to hunt caribou that I had taken a shot at and apparently left no blood. So it's as if I missed that one entirely. But it certainly didn't seem like it at the time. Right in my crosshairs, and then it's like missed. It's like, huh? Alright, well. I think, I think I'm gonna end it. Because I'd like to head down to the water. But, once again, I always find myself upwind of every direction I head in, just about, for my next objectives, you know? So I'm not sure if I really feel up to heading in a direction for 20 minutes that every animal is going to know I'm there in advance. In any case, about an hour and 20 minutes, killed three animals. So I don't feel like it was a very successful night in terms of kills. I did get a lot of experience though. I did unlock another tower and a couple outposts. There's no story missions for me. Like, I got none. I probably have to head back in this area for a story mission to pop up. But all in all, I mean, like I said, it wasn't a successful night in terms of kills. I don't even think I got any ranked kills, you know. It was all in terms of hunting tonight. Just the three things, and none of them were significant. You know, moose, bear. But I still made progress. You know, still getting some rifle score, so I can unlock something that actually can penetrate a skull. Probably, I said this last night, but in order not to have burnout from this game, I'm probably gonna try something else soon. I'd really like to finish Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia that I'm playing, but I also really would like to jump onto something else like Terraria or something, because that's such a great game. And I might take a break from this one, but I'm not gonna uninstall it because I really enjoy the game, and I plan on coming back to it sooner rather than later. So yeah, why not end the stream in the middle of the woods? So have a good night.